Andrew is on the line from Eerie, PA. Hello, Andrew.
With everything that's been going on recently, and from what I've been hearing on the other shows that are on the network, I'm thinking about implementing or using VPN since I'm always traveling. I'm always on public Wi-Fi.
Yes,
Now,
you should.
Yeah.
I was for a long time. I've been saying, and probably incorrectly, oh, don't worry about it. Anything that you really want to keep private on a public Wi-Fi is probably already encrypted using HTTPS. You see that sometimes in the address. Facebook uses it. Your email most likely uses it. If it doesn't, don't use that email for sure. But if you're using Gmail, it's HTTPS. Yeah. So a bad guy sitting in a cafe on the same Wi-Fi network can't see that. And so you should be careful. Passwords should always be encrypted. If you're buying something, make sure you're on an encrypted page. But Amazon, most of the places you'd buy would be doing that. But I've read a scary, terrifying article that really galvanized me. Maybe you saw it. It was on Medium, but it came from a Dutch journal in the fall about a bad guy demonstrating what he could do with public Wi-Fi. And it didn't necessarily just involve watching packets float through the air. He could really get into your system and learn a lot about you.
Right.
And so that worried me.
And then the other, last week you had someone on TWiT. They were on a flight. And
oh, yeah. That was a story.
That's the entire reason why I want to do this now.
This guy, wait a minute, I'm reaching over to get something to show you. Even though it's the radio, I'm going to show you this. Yeah, this guy was on an airplane, and he was he a journalist? I think he was a journalist, and he was writing emails, and the guy behind him was snarfing up his internet. Was it go-go internet? It was one of the airplane internets.
I think so, yeah.
And the guy behind him tapped him on the shoulder and said, start talking to him about what he was writing.
Yeah.
What? So, yeah, I think lately, we were at a hotel. We took the weekend off a couple of days ago, went up to Mendocino, has open Wi-Fi, and I did not use it. I turned on my tiny hardware firewall, and this is what I would recommend. You can use a VPN. This is even better because what it is, in effect, is a Wi-Fi access point. It will get the internet from the coffee shop or the hotel or the airplane, wherever you're getting the internet, route it through this tiny hardware firewall. That gives you some protection right off the bat. But you could then also turn on a VPN, a virtual private network, and all of your traffic will be routed, encrypted through that public space that is a public Wi-Fi. This makes it very easy to do. This thing has a USB power adapter. You just plug it into your computer, or I carry around a little battery, one of those little portable phone batteries with me, and that powers it. And you can turn on VPN. You'll have to, when you first use any access point, you'll set it up by logging into that access point. A lot of access points require that. So you'll set it up by logging into that access point. And then once you've logged in, you can turn on the VPN. And from then on, you're completely safe. This one even supports Tor with the Onion router, which gives you additional privacy. So this costs $91, but you get a year of VPN with it. Or actually, I think the way that these people spin it is when you buy a year of VPN service from us, we'll send you this hardware for free. It's very simple. Easy to use hardware. It can do wired to wired. That's the most secure. It can do Wi-Fi to wired, Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi. So it's very flexible. And I've been very impressed with it. The speed is fairly good. Remember, a VPN does slow you down a little bit. Tor slows you down even a little bit more, but not so much that it's painful.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend it for watching movies, maybe, or you probably could, or Skype, but if you want to protect your surfing, your email on an airplane, this might be a good idea. It's tinyhardwarefirewall.com.
Right, and I did see that, and I seen the pricing you were talking about with the whole VPN thing. That's what made me wonder about that a little bit more.
Yeah. I've started using it because, and we've talked to others who make something similar. This one is so simple. and so easy to use. I don't hesitate recommending it, even for somebody who's not particular. I mean, you got to be a little bit sophisticated. That's the sad thing, is that the people who are most at risk are people who will find this most confusing and difficult to use. Sophisticated users are smart enough to understand what the risks are and how to mitigate those risks without using something like this. I just use this from now on. It's very easy. And at $91, that includes a year of VPN. That's a good deal. That's about what a VPN service would cost you without the hardware.
Right. Well, yeah. But also, I was actually trying to set up one at home because I have a spare box. The thing is, it's running a small server on. So while I'm away, I could then VPN to my home network.
Well, that's one of the reasons when we were at the hotel, you know, I want to be secure, but I want my wife to be secure, my family, the people traveling with us to be secure. So I give them the access point login for the hardware firewall. I can have up to 5 devices using it. So I just had all my phones and the laptops and my wife's devices all are logged onto this. So instead of logging into free hotel Wi-Fi, we all logged into this little box. And they didn't have to do anything. It was automatically secure for them. They didn't even have to know that that's what was going on. Highly recommended. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.